Hey everyone, today we're cooking potato pie. It's British food from the war. Great war that my grandpappy died in. His name was Pippi Longstockings. Let's get cooking. Hey, all right, Justin, this is the first step of the cooking process. What are we doing?
We're gonna cut the potatoes, bro. We're gonna cut all of them. We're gonna cut. Yeah, go ahead.
You said the F word, bro.
Nah, it's okay. I'll just cover it up with something worse.
You said everything's first take. Ooh.
Yeah, but we're gonna cut these potatoes because we're making potato pie. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You ever play Joe Blocks?
No.
The Joe Biden version of Roblox?
No.
Oh, just me. Alright, the next step, after cutting the potatoes and boiling them, I forgot to show the process of boiling them. We're gonna use half an onion. Isn't that right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Use half an onion. Isn't that right, Johnny? We're gonna use half an onion. Isn't that right, Johnny? We're gonna use half the onion. So, yeah, cut that onion in half. Do you know how to cut an onion?
No.
Yeah, that's okay. Once you cut that way enough, you start cutting this way so that the onions are like squares at the end. You know what? It's okay. British people didn't have squares back then, so they just kind of cut them however they wanted to. So, you're allowed to cut it in however way you want. Damn, you suck. Anyways, how's those onions going?
It's pretty interesting.
Okay.
I'd say that's pretty good enough.
No, not really. Hey, good cutting, Justin.
Just way better than me.
Yeah, well,
It's that.
Justin's not British, so.
Hey, so Carl's.
Hey, so we're making the gravy. So we ended up discarding the onion gravy because it was way too watery. We did not have enough cornstarch in that yellow box. We're gonna do some gravy. Covered in gravy. We're gonna put our onions in the pot and we're gonna put some butter in. And we're going to simmer that on low heat so that something happens. British discovered chemical reaction happens to the onions and the butter, and it'll make gravy. You know, fun fact, as punishment when I was a kid, my dad would make me shave his back. Just,
Yeah.
Also, he was British, that's why it's related to the cooking.
Is the table clean?
I don't know. At least 2 or 3. I mean, probably.
Are you gonna tell them the time your dad called you when he was in the bar in the middle of art class?
He never did that.
36% sodium. Holy. Yo, that's insane.
So we're going to cut the butter and add it to the
Yo, take it out the record. Yo. What are you?
I mean, to be fair, even if this is dirty by modern standards, British people lived, cooked, cleaned, washed their clothes in mud. They were basically mud people. They were like mud skippers. So this is, like, to a British person, this is very clean cooking.
We also have to eat it with our hands dirty.
Oh no, British people had spoons for some reason. Really? Very strange. Oh yeah, dude, I'm not gonna come to school on Friday because I'm gonna die editing this.
Huh?
What?
Not too much. Yakov here is going to turn all the cans to, this is what a British person did back then. Until as recent as the 1990s, British people had to turn their cans of meat like this in order to get sustenance and live.
It's the 2020s, bro.
Huh? Correction, 2020s, since British food evolved, not the 1990s.
Definitely eat a Whopper after this, probably.
I got a Burger King crown earlier. I went to Walmart, I got a Burger King crown.
Really?
Yeah, and then I hopped on a plane to LAX afterwards.
Oh.
Or I hopped on a plane.
You want to put it
On
here?
the-
Yeah, you put it in the thing.
Slap it, yes. Oh, wait, what? Take it.
There's still more in there.
Oh, I know.
Do we need a spoon? I think we need a spoon. Do we need a spoon? Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Do we need a modern American spoon or a British, a classic Victorian British spoon? Okay, I don't have any of those, sorry.
Alright, ready? Ready?
Well, yeah.
Record
See,
it, ready? Record it.
okay, sweet. Now, do you see that white part on the meat? We need that to make our gravy.
Insane.
Just... Oh yeah, there's more. Give me the key.
I got it.
You see, now you put it back in, and then you start twisting this way. See, British people didn't have napkins back then, so you have to be resourceful with what you have. Instead of napkins, they just scooped up a thing of mud and water. They just scooped up a slob of mud and put it on their mouths. Yeah, so a little history lesson, since this is about World War I. There was this guy who was born on April 20th in 1899. His name was Charlie Chaplin lookalike. He was born in Bernau am Inn in Austria.
Not anymore.
Are you serious?
Yes. I just look at it.
Yeah. Bernau am Inn. Charlie Chaplin lookalike was born. Long story short, he checked himself into a mental hospital but got denied. So he kind of went crazy. Yeah, he had a hot dog stand in World War I. And then he had a son. So in World War II, he became king of Germany.
Is this true?
Yes. And then he tragically died in the Funker bunker. So his son took over his hot dog stand business and turned it into now what is known today as Sunglass Hut. And so because of Charlie Chaplin lookalikes' grand culinary achievements in the hot dog stand, we have today music like rock and roll, salsa, jazz, and nightcore. One of Charlie Chaplin lookalikes' biggest songs was My Sweet Little Bumblebee.
I think I heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, and the song kind of goes like this. So much food, oh my god.
Wait, do we need that much?
Yes.
Imagine you just eat like a whole butter.
In Wisconsin, they eat fried butter.
Really?
Yeah.
Good job, Yakov.
Yeah, good job, Yakov. Oh, it broke! A true Brit never backs down. I will not let a can of meat put shame on my family's name. It seems that I have been defeated by the can of meat. 1 second.
Good job, Yakov.
Thanks, bro. Oh, I cut myself, bro.
Cut yourself, bro?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is everyone okay with having Yakov's blood in the food?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, then stop handling the meat. I'm taking over after Yakov because he cannot handle... Or it seems that the can of meat has defeated him. Yeah, well, that's one casualty going up now. One casualty. The can of meat has taken Yakov out of action. He will now be awarded the Victorian Cross for his brave actions.
If you're gonna edit the videos,
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it down on this. What?
Oh, I'm scared.
how big is it, bro?
Dude.
Do you have to smush that down or no?
Band-Aid.
Are you serious? Okay, 1 sec. Okay, you good? Here, point your...
I got hit bad.
Here, point towards the hand. So this took an unexpected turn. We have a casualty. So we're going to use our Supreme... Oh, both? Two?
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, we're going to use our Supreme medical knowledge, and we're going to dress this young little Jit's wound. So we have antibiotic here, so we will open that up and apply that to both wounds. Pretty good.
It's pretty big, bro.
I know. We're going to put the first bandage on. Is that good? Okay, well, I'm gonna get another bandage right now. Like that, probably. Uh-oh. This is kind of a bad... Okay, everyone, well, that's, we just healed his wound. He's, yeah, well, that's gonna take a while to get back to 100 HP, but anyways, so that's our meat. We put the fat into the, gravy. So we're cooking our gravy, and later we're gonna be covered in gravy. So, stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to start mashing our potatoes. This is the simplest form of mashed potatoes, to be honest. Just boiled potatoes, and then we're gonna mash them up with the skin on. No seasoning, nothing. Just potatoes, just raw. It's like that song from Stained. Although I'm not sure if they had Stained, the band, back then.
I think they did.
Really? British people were listening to Stained back in World War I?
No, I'm talking about like seasoning, bro.
Oh.
I think they did.
I'm Tinty. My name's Tinty because of my tinted complexion, my dark, rich complexion. I want to kill Germans for the British Army. I want their blood. I want their gore. I want to beat Germans with my gore stick. I want to see blood. Okay, so now we're making the gravy. So we have to strain the boiled onions. We're gonna use these onions in our meat, by the way. Is that seriously all? Oh, that's not a lot. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we're going to line our baking tray with potatoes. The British recipe is very specific that we lined the baking pan with potatoes. And that excludes the bottom. Little thing I learned. The Chinese panda, as we know them, they were discovered in 1869 by a French guy. A Chinese person did not discover the panda. A French person discovered the panda. Chinese
Wait, what does that have to do with World War One?
Huh?
What does that have to do with World War One?
Is that fun fact?
Yeah, fun fact. Do you think they had Playboys back then in World War One?
Definitely.
Bro, what?
They probably had roadmen. Because, like, you know, British people, how they are. Mugging people. Yeah, we're eating poop as our last meal.
Yeah, we're like mixing poop with mashed potatoes.
Pretty much. We're like French people.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we gotta take these onions, and we need to we gotta mix these onions.
Oh,
Gonna mix these onions with the meat. You know, as a World War I historian, I was shocked to learn that British people had access to onions. It's normally the French who have access to onions. We'll now mix the meat and onions together to make a mixture called meat onion. So if you guys ever seen those Thai massage places that charge like upwards of $100 for a Thai massage, this is actually what they do to your body.
So that's your guts? That's supposed to be your
No,
guts?
this is your poop. They do this to your poop. You ever play with Play-Doh as a kid and you're just like, man, I wonder if I could do this with my poop, and then you end up making a poop gun? Poop gun. Does this look appetizing, guys?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
so
very,
good.
we gotta have it like really cooked, bro. It's gotta look very crispy from the top, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay, viewers, citizens, we will now place our invention into the oven. Also, it's supposed to be preheating, but British people didn't invent preheating. It was it was an American 1950s invention. So we will now place this into the oven.
Now we play the
For an hour. So the British military was the first military to invent the first land tank in the world. In World War I in 1916, the British military invented the first tank. It was called the British Mark I, also known as the Catalina wine mixer. This is an exact replica of the Catalina wine mixer. As you can see, it doesn't provide much protection in the front, the top, or the bottom, but it does provide a lot of protection on the sides, as seen here, the Catalina wine mixer. This tank would go on to inspire movies like Step Brothers with the Catalina wine mixer. So, strangely enough, British soldiers in the trenches back then had appetizers. One of them was the famous chicken nugget, along with Polynesian sauce and Sweet Baby Ray's. So our good British soldier here may or may not be leaving.
This is like the end of the road for me, guys. I'm about to leave. I'm just like...
Well, there goes a soldier. See you later, Pippi. Alright everyone, so we just got done cooking this potato pie. It took like the longest time ever. We're all 50 years older now, and Johnny died of old age. He's a World War I veteran now. It's now World War II, and Hitler is on the rise, but it's okay.
Should we pause the music or not?
Nah, it's fine. So, over the past 50 years, a new band has formed called Stained. So that's what's playing in the background if you can hear it. It's Been a While, by Stained. Yeah, potato pie. Let's eat.
Oh no.
Oh, it's steaming.
Jesus, bro.
I don't know.
This smells horrible.
Three, 2, 1.
That's not bad for me.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Carl, describe the taste.
It's salty.
should we
It's salty. I don't know. I feel like the meat's very mushy. The potatoes perfectly done.
That's the meat.
But the meat, it feels like
It's so hot, bro.
cat food. It is very hot as well. But I have scorched my tongue in that one instance that I installed the spoon in my mouth. know, but like, we literally just had a whole day. I mean, I just saw my friend get shot in the face. The next few clips, our dialogue gets drowned out due to the distant gunfire because this is in fact World War I. This is Detroit, Michigan, so sorry about that. I'll include subtitles. It's pretty bad.
Này là gì?
Turkey potato.
Good?
Yeah.
Ok thôi hả?
Yeah.
Ok thôi hả? Có ngon hả? Good. Good, that's good. Really good.
I'm shell shocked.
Yeah, bro, no, that's...
Man, I can't tell if she's lying or not, bro.
I told you, I mean,
Okay, so, potato pie. After eating it and consulting with our best potato pieologists, at least me, I've come to the conclusion that I would like to rate this thing a 4 out of 10. The meat sucked. Tastes like cat food. You know, I understand that it's called a potato pie, and the potato should be the main part of the pie, the meal, the dish. But really, the meat makes up the majority of the pie. And so when that happens, when the majority of the pie tastes like cat food, tastes like a war crime, it doesn't taste out good. It really doesn't. Yeah. And so I've learned that British people are miserable, and they eat this stuff and enjoy it. This is what the British government fed their soldiers. Yeah, what about you?
6.5.
yeah, it's a little too high, but okay.
Yeah, no, you're too generous.
6.5. Not that bad. I mean, really, it's not that bad. I've ate like worse food, and this is not that bad, honestly. I mean, I mostly only ate the crispy sides of the whole thing, so that's really the good part. No, but I only ate the corners and the sides because that's like genuinely of the best sides.
Yeah, what about you?
Alright, I give it a 4 out of 10. It just tastes horrible. It's straight up bad. But I thought it would be worse. The best part of it is the potato. Like Carl said, the meat just sucks. It's too salty. It also has too much sodium in it, but it's a pretty good source of protein. It's really hot, but yeah, no, I expected worse, so it's 4 out of 10. It just tastes bad.
So all in all, when given the choice to become British or not, whenever the time comes, definitely don't choose to be British. Not a good choice, because this is what you will end up eating every day. You'll be miserable.
We gotta show them like the actual food. Like we gotta get a close up. Look, this is what we're eating, by the way.
Fool. Contains beef,
Potatoes, onions, hella sodium. That's it.
Yeah, potato pie.
I wanna go home.
What?
And I've got nothing to say. Team Maria John